I go back to civilization, Neil, and the way you ended it, the end of days. There's sort of that desperation of where are we right now. You take head on Silicon Valley and the idea of network and network theory. Describe that, first of all. How does Neil Ferguson describe network theory?
Well, when I arrived in California a year ago, I was kind of amazed to find that people in Silicon Valley had absolutely no use for me at all, because their attitude was essentially...
Shocking!
I know, I was shocked. That history began with the Google IPO, and everything before then was the Stone Age and of no interest. And I said, you know, you really could learn something from history, because you guys didn't invent social networks.
How original.
Actually, social networks have always been there. All you've done is make them bigger and faster. And have you really thought about the implications of doing that? So the analogy that I draw in the book is with the period after the introduction of the printing press in Europe. That created just the same kind of boost to networks that the personal computer and the internet have provided in our time. And back then, of course, there were optimists who thought that a wonderful priesthood of all believers would be created by the Reformation of the Catholic Church, just rather in the way that Mark Zuckerberg thinks that we'll be one happy global community if we're all connected. It didn't turn out that way in the 16th and 17th centuries, and it's not turning out that way now.
So is this the most simple way of actually looking also with populism? Does this explain, when you look at hierarchies, networks, and the struggle of global power, can it explain Brexit and to the election of Donald Trump?
The book does that and shows that if it hadn't been for the social network platforms, particularly Facebook, it would have been almost impossible for the Brexit campaign and the Trump campaign to succeed. In conventional elections, they would have been outspent and defeated. But social networks are extraordinarily powerful in our time. People, I think, still underestimate this. Think of it, 45% of Americans now get their news from Facebook. And that makes Facebook, in effect, the most powerful content publisher in American history, perhaps in world history. And we're still grappling with the implications of that. So yes, if you think of populism as a network phenomenon and a revolt against established hierarchies, I think The Square in the Tower does explain it rather well.